नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरः परमः कृष्णः सच्चिदानंद विग्रहः अनादिरादिर् गोविन्दः सर्वकारणकारणम्। ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the king of knowledge, Raja Vidya. So by Krishna's mercy, we are nicely progressing in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We are understanding in the beginning of the 7th chapter, Krishna is teaching us how he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything comes from Krishna only. Aham Krishnasya jagataka prabhavaka pralayastata. That's what Krishna said. I am the source and annihilation of all these worlds. Everything. Krishnasya jagataka, this entire world. And there is nothing else which is superior than me. Mataka parataram naanyata kinchitasti dhananjaya. So, we understand very clearly from this king of knowledge, Raja Vidya, that Krishna is the supreme person. No one is above Krishna. That's what we need to understand very clearly. Yomam ajam anadim cha veti loka maheswaram asammudaga samatyesu sarva papaihi pramuchyate. Anyone who understands that I am unborn and I have no beginning. Yomam ajam anadim cha. And I am the supreme controller of all the worlds. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Yomam ajam anadim cha veti loka Maheshwaram. Asammudaga, without any doubt, without any confusion. If anyone understands that I am unborn, I have no beginning, and I am the supreme controller of all the worlds, Samatyesu sarva papaihi pramuchyate. So he is the person among these mortal beings. So samarthyesu. So he is freed from all sinful reactions, all sins. Sarva papaihi pramuchyate. Because if we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then what is going to happen? We are going to surrender unto Krishna. That's why Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Praja. That's what is going to happen if you understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mattaga Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam. That's what is going to happen. If you understand that Krishna is the source of everything and everything emanates from Krishna, Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Sarvabhavena Bharata. So, we are going to worship Krishna. Iti Matva Bhajante Mam. We are going to render devotional service unto Krishna if we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. That knowledge is missing in this world. Because of that reason only we are struggling and suffering in this material world. Because of not knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Once we know this very important truth, the fact, the supreme secret that Krishna is the Supreme Person, then everything is going to be all right. Then there is no room for any confusion. Yajñatva napunar moham evam yasasi pandavam. So if you understand that, Yajñatva, so Yajñatva means this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, so that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if you understand that Yajñatva napunar moham evam yasasi pandavam, we will not put ourselves into illusion again. So that's what we need to understand. Once we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. So we need to fully surrender unto Krishna. With the knowledge that's going to happen. With the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead without any doubt. Then we will be able to completely surrender unto Krishna. That's what is going to save us from this mortal wealth, material wealth. So, we have to do that. We are doing that. We are understanding. We are accepting. We are understanding Bhagavad Gita. We are accepting Krishna as the Supreme Person. And so that means this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is revealing everything to us. And we have no more questions, no more confusion, and we are very clear. We know our path very well. We know that our directions are very well set. So we know that we are going to serve our own Supreme Personality of Godhead, our own Supreme Father, Krishna. So that's what we are supposed to do. That's what we are going to do. And that comes automatically. That should be by nature. So that should be our nature. Like in this world, everyone is having their own, the gunas, the three modes of nature at the time of birth, that is svabhava. So we should gain that kind of nature that we should automatically get ourselves attracted to Krishna and render devotional service unto Krishna with love and devotion. So that should be only our tasks every day. Whatever we are going to do, it should be only that only, nothing else. Whatever we do, anything we do, it is only service to Krishna. Everything, without any deviation, without any stopping. So everything should be done only as an offering unto Krishna. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is going to elevate us to that platform. It is happening. This knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is helping us to gain enough spiritual strength to give up all materialistic attachments. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is showering us so much mercy that we are developing that love on Krishna. And that's what is going to save us from this material world. Will save us from these three modes of material nature, this Maya. So this Maya, everyone is bewildered, everyone is struggling, everyone is suffering in this material world. But Maya is not to blame. We have to blame our own ignorance. The Maya is just doing its duty. Maya is doing her duties. That's it. But we have to blame ourselves that because of ignorance, we are suffering under the control of the Maya. So that way we have to come to the light. We have to come out of the darkness. That can happen simply by lighting this shining lamp of knowledge, and that Krishna himself can do that if we are ready to accept Krishna's service. So that means we have to render devotional service unto him with love and devotion without expecting anything. Then Krishna is able to serve us. Krishna will be able to help us, save us from this material veil. So that's what is happening by Krishna's causeless mercy. We are gaining that type of knowledge. The knowledge what we gain in this material world, going to all types of different institutions and getting different degrees and all such things, they are only going to help us to go and get some job and earn some money to survive in this material world. But that is not actually survival. It is, we cannot say that to survive in this material world. That is to extend our life until we die. That's it. For that reason. And unfortunately, with that knowledge, we commit even more sins and get ourselves bound more into this material world. The more we earn money, the more we earn properties and earn name and fame and all such things. If we, unfortunately, if we are not devotee of Krishna, then it's all going to work in the opposite way. It's all going to bind us very strongly to this material world. A person who has the knowledge and is acting with attachment, his bondage is very, very strong compared to even a person who has no knowledge of this material world. That's the important thing. So, a person who has the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the story is completely different. So, we are going to free ourselves from this material world. We are not going to be binding ourselves at all. We know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and we will work for Krishna and we will render devotional service to Krishna all the time. And that way we are freed from the three modes of nature. So that way this knowledge, knowing this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is very, very important for us. Otherwise we are ignorant fools. In Krishna's viewpoint, simply Buddhas. Buddhas means fools. So we should have that knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Person and render devotional service unto only Krishna. We need to know that. We need to understand that. Krishna only is the Paramatma, no one else. No one else is seated in everyone's heart as the super soul. That is only Krishna. He is there with us as the super soul. And he pervades this entire universe in his unmanifested form. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. So, that way, Krishna is the source of everything. We have understood very clearly from Brahma Samhita that how this universe was created. Everything. Everything was created. Everything is coming from Krishna. And we can go to Krishna, we can go to Goloka, that is a spiritual world, and be there with Krishna and enjoy there with Krishna and enjoy the permanent blissful life with Krishna if we take action now. Now is the time. We cannot let this go. We cannot waste this opportunity. We got human body. We got human body means we have got human brain with which we can connect ourselves with Krishna, with human mind. Because with human brain only, we can do a lot of things. This brain is very special. I have mentioned many, many times in the past that human brain is very, very special, which we have got, and we need to make full use of this brain. Otherwise, there is no difference between having a human body or animal body. What difference it makes when a person goes to a restaurant and eats and killing animals and eating the flesh of the animal by cooking with different spices and other stuffs, and a tiger or a lion killing a deer and eating in the forest. So what is the difference? There is no difference. Or even a pig eating the stool, there is no difference. Everybody means every type of living entity. So they are enjoying their own food. They all think that they are enjoying. So what is the difference? If we don't offer to Krishna, if we don't love Krishna, if we don't follow Krishna's instructions in this Bhagavad Gita, so it is no difference. And when a dog sleeps on the street, or when a person sleeps on the multi-story building within 10th or 11th floor, and with all kinds of amenities and everything fully air conditioned and all such things, after that person sleeps, there is no difference. The dog also sleeps very peacefully when it sleeps. And especially when the death comes, it doesn't matter whether a person is dying on the streets or dying in a multi-speciality hospital with all kinds of tubes going through our bodies. It won't make any big difference when a person dies. So we need to understand, we need to realize this very important fact, and in order to differentiate between us and other beings, we have to make use of this human body, human brain, to serve Krishna, to surrender unto Krishna, to do everything, to understand this Bhagavad Gita, to follow this Bhagavad Gita, and this Bhagavad Gita is a science. That's what we need. And it is the king of knowledge. Because Bhagavad Gita is teaching us about our own self, about the soul. That we are not the body, we are the soul. So, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can do things which are good for ourselves, good for the soul. So that means we have to do things which should not bind us to this material world. That's what is good for the soul. Like with the knowledge of this material world, with the material knowledge, we are able to take care of our body nicely. So, because our body is made up of matter, so with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can take care of our soul, ourselves very nicely. So that we can act in each and every action, we can make sure that we are offering it to Krishna. We are doing it only for Krishna. So that way nothing is going to bind us to this world. So that's what is going to happen with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We can do everything as yajna, yajna dana tapa karma. That's what we are studying every day. I'm reminding, yajna dana tapa karma na tyajyam. We should not give up. So we should do all these kinds of activities only as an offering unto Krishna. Whatever you do it as an offering unto Krishna. Shubha Shubha Palaireva Mokshashe Karma Bandhanai Sannyasi Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaisasi. So if we are engaged in this Sannyasi Yoga means is not giving up the action. Sannyasi Yoga means giving up the results of the actions. So when we do that, then that means we get ourselves freed from Shubha Shubha Palairevam. So we will be freed from both auspicious and inauspicious results, and Mokshashe Karma Bandhanai. So we will get liberation from the bondage to work in this way. So that means we are no longer forced to work. So Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaisasi. That's what we will get freed from this material world and we will reach Krishna Mam Upaisasi. That's what is needed. We need to reach Krishna. We need to go to Goloka. So we cannot miss this opportunity. We cannot miss the boat. The boat is ready. The boat of Bhagavad Gita is waiting to take us to Goloka, to cross beyond this material world. So we should not miss it. We should get in. So before we die, before we leave this body, so we need to make sure that we have to progress as much as possible towards Krishna. That's what is very important. So every moment is very, very important and very special. So we cannot let this go. We should not lose this opportunity. And Krishna's causeless mercy is there. So we are able to study Bhagavad Gita every day, and we are able to enjoy. We are able to enjoy studying this Bhagavad Gita and understanding very, very clearly about Krishna. Swayam evatmanatmanam vetatvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhutesa devadevo jagatpati. So you only know about yourself very well. You only know about yourself very well. Swayam eva atmana atmanam vetatvam purushottam. Bhuta bhavana bhutesa. You are the source of all beings and you are the you are the controller of all beings. Bhuta bhavana bhutesa. Deva deva jagatpadi. You are the Lord of the Lords and the Lord of this universe. So you only know everything about you. So Krishna only knows about himself. Name vididu suraganaga prabhavam namagarishayga. Aham adirga devana magarishinam cha sarvasagam. Even the demigods and the Maharishis, they don't know about me because I am the beginning of them. I am the beginning of the Maharishis and the demigods. That's what Krishna is saying. So that Krishna, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, our Krishna, our Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is giving us the knowledge about himself in this chapter, 7th chapter. We are studying the knowledge of the Absolute. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 24 slokas in this chapter. So what we have studied until now. So in the sloka number 23, we studied Antavatu param tesham tadbhavati alpamedvesa devan devaya joyanti madbhaktayanti mamapi. Antavatu param tesham. So their results will come to an end. Tadbhavati alpa metasam. That's what the less intelligent people who have no intelligence, they will get it. Devan devayajo yanti. Those who worship the demigods, devayajo, they will go to the demigods. Devan yanti. Devan devayajo yanti means, devayajo means those who worship the demigods. Devan yanti, they will go to them. Madbhakta yanti mamapi. My devotees will come to me. That's what. We need to be a devotee of Krishna. So, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma sasvachantim negacchati kaunteya pratijanigi name bhaktaga pranashyati. We have to be a devotee of Krishna. Then quickly we become righteous and attain everlasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Then in the next sloka, what we studied yesterday, Krishna continued, Avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyante mama buddhayaga param bhavam ajananto mama vyayam manuttamam. So people who have no intelligence, they think that originally I was unmanifest, then I manifested now. That's what they think like that. Avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyante mam abuddhayaga. They don't understand my superior nature, param bhavam ajananto, that I am always there. I am imperishable. Mama vyayam anuttamam. So that's what. I am the finest, imperishable person, the topmost person, topmost supreme personality of God. They don't know that. That's what I referred the sloka in the 9th chapter, 11th sloka. Avajananti mamuda manasim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheswaram. So that I am the supreme controller of all beings. They don't understand. So that's what happens here. So Krishna is different. Krishna is not like us. Krishna is always there. Krishna never goes to the stage of avyakta and vyakta. That is only for us. We only have bodies and no bodies. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is a spiritual, always comes with his own spiritual body here to this world. So that's what we need to understand. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before and now have assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Then Krishna is continuing. Veda Nagam Prakashaga Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavritaga Mudoyam Nabijanati Loko Mamajam Avyayam Nagam Prakasaga Sarvasya. I am not visible to everyone. Nagam Prakasaga Sarvasya. I am covered by my own internal potency, Yoga Maya. That's what we need to understand. It is not the Maya, what we are talking about, this Maha Maya, which is the material nature, the Prakriti. This is Yoga Maya, his own Atma Maya. Krishna says in the fourth chapter, sixth sloka, Ajopisan Avyayatma Bhutanam Iswaropisan Prakritim Swamadistaya Sambhavami Atma Maya. That's what is the Yoga Maya. So his internal potency, Yoga Maya Samavrittaga. So my internal potency is covering me, so I'm not visible to everyone. Mudoyam nabijanati loko mam ajam avyayam. So the mudas, the fools, they don't understand. So I am unborn and inexhaustible. So that's what ajam avyayam. That's what we need to understand. Once we understand, so then we are freed from all sinful reactions. That's what Yomam Ajam Anadim Cha Veti Loka Maheswaram. We need to understand that Krishna is Ajam, Krishna is unborn. So then we are Sarva Papai Pramuchade. We are freed from all sins. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal potential, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. That's what Krishna is teaching. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished sloka number 25 in the 7th chapter. So up to 25 slokas we finished. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Umajnanattimrandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurumilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Rama, Rama Hare, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
I'm still in India, so it
Yes,
was difficult
Prabhu.
to
That's
attend
what I
all
was
classes,
thinking.
but I'm catching up with
Yes.
when you do the recall. So
Yeah.
in Singapore, I got COVID, so I had to
Oh.
isolate. And
Oh.
but I landed in India, but I isolated, and now I'm negative. So I've come to meet my parents. I was staying with my brother in Hyderabad.
Okay.
To be careful, right? So just yesterday
Yes.
only I became negative, so I just came here. So
nice to know that we have become you all right, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Krishna's
yeah. Yeah, thank you for the class again. I missed out yesterday. Just sleep and timings a little bit out. So
yes.
But thank
So
you.
How long you are going to be in India, Prabhu?
I'm leaving next week, Friday.
Okay. One more week from
now. Yeah, just here for a little over a week.
Yes. Prabhu.
So that's.
I hope yes, Prabhu. Your mother is doing fine now, correct? Prabhu?
Yeah, she's slowly walking, so it's good with a walker. But yeah,
Yes.
she's gaining strength slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she's good. Good.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you for the class.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Arke Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Guruji, I missed the main class, but I joined when the chanting was going on.
Yes,
actually, quite frequently I have to be on tour, so during journey I really get a problem not able to attend your class. So, Guruji, I have got a small doubt again. This doubt keeps on coming. Actually, when we do chanting, we get distracted. Then, as per your instruction, we have to bring it back to the holy name. So when we say we have to, that means we are the soul. As a soul, we are the doer. So, but we have also understood that neither the soul does anything nor the super soul does anything. So does it mean that it is the control of Maya which forces us to lose the control? And then
here we are talking about this mind. So most of the time, that kind of things here, see, we are trying to focus the mind on Krishna, correct? So
Yes, Guru.
actions, when we say Maya is the doer, that is the activities which we are doing in this material world using our karmendriyas. So here our karmendriyas, maybe we can say chanting, maybe at the time moving our hands, fingers, all those things we can say that when we are using the bead or when we are using our mouth to sound, make sound, Hare Krishna, like that. So that way, we can say that Maya is doing it, but Maya is doing it to help us focus our mind on Krishna. Once our mind is completely focused on Krishna, so then we are going to find happiness within our self. So once we achieve that kind of inner happiness, so then at that point of time, we are not under force. And another important thing we need to understand is that this kind of chanting, it is not by force. Here it is, you are doing it with for Krishna because you love Krishna. So even if you want to say it is by Maya, it is Maya is helping us to go to Krishna. So that's what we can put it that way.
Guruji, this mind, this we say man, buddhi, ahankar. All these three things are the jad prakriti of Krishna, the apara prakriti, and all this apara prakriti is usually controlled by trimodal Maya. So that way, this mana, as a natural, in a natural way, it is under the control of Maya. Or is it independent out of means? Is it independent of oneself and the Maya? What is the actual control?
What we desire is not controlled by Maya. That's what we need to understand. What our mind wants, what our mind desires. See, Maya takes in control when our mind thinks about the sense objects. So until then, Maya is not going to take control of us. So that desire is coming from us only, not from the Maya. So if our mind is not under our control, then mind is going to go after the sense objects. So Karmendriyani samyamya ya aste manasa smaran. So with the mind, if we remember, if in the mind if we think about the sense objects, so that's why dhyayate vishayan pumsaka sangaste supajayate. From that sangha only, this mode of passion is going to bind us. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi trishna sangha samudbhava. So that Rajo Guna is produced from that sangha only, from that association, from that attachment to the material sense objects. But that attaching to the material sense objects is not done by Maya. Maya is not forcing somebody to get attached to the material sense objects. So that comes from the mind, from the desires, from the soul, when we want to enjoy. So we are not controlling the mind. We are letting the mind to go after the sense objects. So that's why we are getting into trouble. So once the mind is attached to the sense objects, once the mind thinks about the sense objects, then immediately we come under the control of Maya. You understand that, no?
So basically, in this body, in this case of the body, we have got three things. One is the super soul, one is the soul, and the third thing is the mana. And that way, mana is although independent, but it can be controlled by the soul.
Exactly. So we have to control our mind. We should not let our mind to go anywhere to the sense objects. So that is the process. We are doing this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, where we are focusing our mind on Krishna. We are not thinking about anything else, because when our mind is going to think about anything else, we are bringing it back and again focusing it on Krishna. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when we say mana, buddhi, and ahankar, all these three things, they make the suksham sharira. So that means that suksham sharira is also independent of the soul.
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when we leave this body, then this Suksham Sharira that still encases the soul and carries the soul to the next body.
That is correct.
Okay, and then mind is that way. Mind is the main thing which is almost constantly with the soul throughout its journey.
Exactly. But mind, it has to be with us. We should not let it go after anything else. So it has to be under our control. So then everything is fine, Prabhu. So that's what mind is, the bridge connecting us and Krishna.
Okay. And if the mind is constantly engaged in the Krishna, then our journey path is decided accordingly. If it is deviated, then our journey is also prolonged.
That is correct. Exactly.
Okay.
That's why at the time of death, what our mind remembers is very important.
Yes, actually, that is the window through which we can jump to para state of Krishna.
That is correct. Our mind has to remember Krishna at the time of death.
That's right. Okay. Thank you, Guruji. Actually, we quite often we keep on deviating from the main essence of Krishna consciousness. So by associating, by attending your classes, we get back to the correct path. So thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very, very much
for
so much light about mind versus Maya and how we should not blame Maya for what we are doing. Let's control our minds. It's really a wonderful thought to carry for the whole day for me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Exactly, Mataji. That's correct. We cannot blame it on Maya. We have to blame it on our ignorance.
Yes. So as the mind keeps wandering while doing the chanting also, when we bring it back and stop the Maya thoughts from entering the mind, it's only then that our focus is completely on Krishna.
That is correct.
We realize that he's omnipresent and he's all in all for us.
Exactly. That's what we are supposed to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Ashok Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
I have one small query. That what is the generalized definition of demigod?
What is the definition of demigod?
Generalized definition of demigod.
Demigods are who are above us, but they are under the control of Krishna only. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So Deva, Krishna is the Lord of the Lords. So those like Indra, Chandra, so like that, whoever have got superior power, superior control over the nature are demigods.
Like Indra Devata is also demigod, Shani is also demigod.
Agni Dev, Indra Dev, Varuna Dev, they are all demigods. Yes.
And people who have been designated as saints on this planet, they are also demigods.
If they have some control over the nature than us, then you can consider them to be demigods. But that control, that power has to be given by Krishna to them.
Has there been any example in Gita or somewhere else that a definition of demigod, or you can recognize the demigod as such?
There is not like a direct definition like this is demigod like that, but Anya Devata. So Krishna mentions the word many times, Anya Devata. So the other gods. Yeah, he uses the word who are other gods, Anya Devata. Epi Anya Devata Bhakta. So Kangshantaga Karmanam Siddhim Yajanta Iha Devataga. So Devata, Devan Devayo Yanti Madbhakt. So Devan Bhavayatanena, Te Deva Bhavayantuvaga, Parasparam Bhavayantaga, Sreyaga Param Avapshata. So like that, they are controlling this nature, they are under the control of Krishna. So they are all the demigods. Yes.
Right, sir, right, sir. Thank you very much. So nice of you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Subhalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare. But Pranam Prabhuji, we are not praying any Anya Devatas. No?
We don't have any time to pray any other gods because we are so busy.
Only Krishna's.
Yes, Mataji. We have to, because when we are so much busy in serving Krishna, remembering Krishna, where is the time to pray to any other gods? Because they are all, once we please Krishna, then everybody else will automatically get pleased. It doesn't mean that we are ignoring them or we are not giving them respect, not like that. We are so busy engaged in pleasing Krishna, so that way there is no time. Yes, Mother.
Yes, Prabhuji. While thinking always Krishna's name.
Exactly. Krishna is the supreme person. We need to pray him, do everything. So then all other gods will be happy only. They should be very happy, actually, extremely happy.
Okay.
Even if you go to a chant, if you go to a temple of demigods, there also we should go and worship Krishna only, pray to Krishna, then only they will be happy. We shouldn't be asking anything from them in return.
But we are going Hanuman temple and
you can worship if you happen to go. If you have, then you can worship Hanuman to give us more Krishna bhakti. That's it. Not asking. We should not be asking that I have this problem. You solve this, solve that, and all. We shouldn't be doing that.
Yes, please. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for today's class. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Pranam, Pranam. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
No questions to you. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Mohan.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna. Pranam.
Thank you for the class, Guruji. Thank you so much for the class, Guruji. Guruji, if somebody is praying to the semi-god, it's not necessary that they should go to their planet. If that means if they remember their semi-god when they die, that at the time of death, then only they will be able to go to that planet. Don't you? Am I correct, or Guruji?
That is true, but normally we will remember what we remember all the time, correct? So yes, that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam Tajatyante Kalevaram Tam Tam Evaiti Kaunteya Sada Tat Bhava Bhavitaga. So what we are all the time remembering him, that's what we are going to remember at the time of death. Suddenly we cannot remember Krishna at the time of death.
Yes, Guruji. Okay, Guruji, I understood. Thank you,
we
Guruji.
Need to practice.
Yes, Guruji, that is more important. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for all your effort, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you for the class, Guruji. And thank you also for that explanation which you have given to Akigoel Prabhu on how much control we have as a soul over our mind and when the Maya takes over. That's a very fine distinction which you have been telling earlier, but today you explained it more in depth. Thank you for that, Guruji. And also every day for exercising our mind muscle in remembering
Krishna, yes, bringing it back and again focusing it on Krishna. It's going everywhere and again bringing it back. Yes, Mother. That practice is important.
Thank you very much, Guruji.
Only we should do more rounds, then it will help us a lot. Yes, Mother.
Yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Palniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare. So today's sloka also is really interesting one. Continue to other slokas and
Yes, ma'am.
many questions many people asked, and really we are understanding by that way also. That's
Yes,
really
Prabhu.
interesting. Thank you, Guruji. No question. No.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhu.
you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna. Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Very costless mercy of Krishna, Deva Deva, Jagatpati. We are able to understand Bhagavad Gita very nicely, enjoying Bhagavad Gita, the king of knowledge. And Krishna is the supreme person. There is no one above Krishna. If anyone understands that Krishna is unborn and supreme control of all the world, Sarva Loka Maheshwara, he will be free from all sinful reactions. We are suffering due to not knowing about Krishna only. Once we understand Krishna and surrender unto Krishna, accept Krishna as a supreme personality, then we will be free from, give up all these material world attachments and free from this material world. We have to render devotional service to Krishna. That will help us to free from this material world. And this, we have got this human brain. We have this opportunity to connect with Krishna using our human brain. We can surrender unto Krishna, understand Bhagavad Gita, which teaches us that we are not the body, we are the soul, and we have to take care everything for our soul by offering everything to Krishna. And the Sannyasa Yoga also is which gets us free from material world and reach Goloka. And earlier sloka, 24th number, we know that less intelligent people, they think Krishna is originally avyakta, that is unmanifested, and now he has become manifested. They don't know the imperishable, finest, supreme nature of Krishna. Today's sloka, Krishna tells, I am not visible to everyone, because being covered by Yoga Maya, the internal potency. Foolish people doesn't understand this, and they think that I am unborn and they don't know. They don't understand that Krishna is unborn and inexhaustible. So thank you very much, Guruji, for the nice class. We are enjoying Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
In there.
Aruna Devi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you for the class, Prabhuji. Today I understand, with our ignorance, we are suffering with Maya. If we control our mind and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and understand Bhagavad Gita and surrender to Supreme Lord Krishna, we can come out of Maya. We cannot, we can worship only Krishna, Prabhuji. By that we are free from material sufferings, Prabhuji.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna.
Pranam, Prabhuji.
Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. Very nice. So, Guruji, sometimes we are using the word mind and sometimes we are using the word soul for soul desires. Our mind desires.
Yes, Mother.
So they are in the same context. When our soul desires, our mind desires. So our soul is carried away by or the mind is carried away by the sense objects.
Yes, ma'am. So mind, actually, the desires they are basically the karma which enters into the mind. So basically, like the rivers are entering into the ocean, the desires are entering into the mind. So they're like that. So samudram apa pravisanti advat tadvat kamayam pravisanti sarve sasantim apnoti na kama kam. So basically, this mind and the soul are very much close, correct? So like Sukshma only, mind, soul is also, but it's a para prakriti, mind is the apara prakriti. So, but the mind should be practiced to remember Krishna. That's what is very important for us, to control our mind and to go to Krishna. So that love on Krishna, so that is what very important. What we love, so that is the soul. So we should love Krishna. So when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, focusing our mind on the transcendental sound vibration, so that is a practice we are giving into the mind. So that way, so whatever the mind is focusing, that is going to help the soul. It should not give us distress. So it should give us happiness. So the soul can enjoy happiness when, of course, the soul desires happiness. So that is the only thing soul is desiring. But that happiness we can get when our mind is peaceful. When our mind is disturbed, we are not happy. So that's why we need to practice our mind to focus on Krishna, so that it will be all the time peaceful, so we can be happy and we can enjoy.
Oh, there's a very, very fine distinction between this, because I was trying to understand the mind desiring because mind is a machine of thoughts. Basically, it's good thoughts, bad thoughts, all thoughts. So
Yes.
the soul is desiring, you mean to say the soul is desiring or in distress because of the mind which is in happiness or distress itself. And that
Yes.
connection, that bridge helps the soul to connect to Krishna and
That
remember.
is, yes.
It's a very, very fine distinction, because whenever I read, I sometimes have found these two words very synonymous. Sometimes we are using
For
the
example,
word
we are
mind and
seeing a
sometimes the
sense
soul.
object. When our mind is going after that, if we are not able to bring our mind back from that sense object, that means mind is controlling the soul.
Yes.
So, but if we are able to bring back the mind from that sense objects, that means the soul is controlling the mind. So that's where it helps.
Yes. Thank you so much, Guruji. Sometimes these
Yes,
small
Mother.
things, need again and again clarification.
Yes, Mother. It's
Thank
very
you,
much
Guruji.
so.
Very well told. And it's become so much clearer. Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Hare
Mother.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Mataji.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Hare. Thank you,
Ram
Guruji.
Ram,
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Dandavad
Hare
Pranam
Krishna.
Guruji. Hare
Dandavad
Krishna,
Pranam.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare.
Guruji, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Dandavad
Krishna.
Pranam Guruji.
Dandavad Pranams. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Subhalakshmi Mataji, you are asking for the first sloka, first prayer. So that is there in the Bhagavad Gita as it is in the book also. If you have Bhagavad Gita as it is book, it is there in the front. Or if you have it in the online, you can get it from there also. Otherwise, I will try to find out if PDF is there and make a PDF and send it to you, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
You have the book with you, Mataji? Do you have the Bhagavad Gita as it is book with you?
Yeah.
Okay, then in the front of the book, all those prayers are there in the introduction, beginning of introduction. Yes, Mataji, that page.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Today class also, I think the question answer session and the essence of the sloga is very powerful. And again, Krishna is telling, see, normally we don't understand his pastime leelas. So when we understand that, then we can able to understand that he is a supreme personality. So To accept him as a supreme personality, it is very easy in 10th century or something. In 20th century, like when Mataji asked, no. So our mind always go into logic and reasoning. That is the problem with the 20th century. So until unless our reasoning mind doesn't accept, certain philosophy will not go into the mind. That's a big problem. So based on the question answer and based on your explanation, so one thing it came to my mind that the whole heart, I will take our own body. Our heart is nothing but should stay in the Rama by chanting Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So both are the energy. So Rama is a Purushottama. So when you possess those characters, automatically the mind will also come into your control. So Krishna is helping when the chanting happens, when the devotion happens. So he makes us to stay with the Rama Purushottam character and Krishna's Adbhut characteristics of his personality, super personalities. So he is ultimately the Godhead. So some issues come that demigod, semigod, or whatever it is, we do not know the real truth. We are human being. We have to surrender to Krishna and understand if he permits. Otherwise, we have no business to say anybody is inferior or this thing. But Krishna is authoritatively saying that you go to all demigods, get your wish fulfilled, and they will allow you to, control over your mind. So you already explained in the previous chapters and all, Lord Durga, Mahalakshmi, or Sita, they are all the Maya Shakti, they are the God. If you ask for TV, they will give you for TV. If you want to become IAS officer, your mind will give you that strength to read for those IAS officer exams and you will pass through. So the result will come. So the question here is, without the help of other Devata or star, we cannot able to control certain senses. Practically, we have to see this. So there is the world is making a circle now. So our body, if is a focal point and Krishna stays there, you have to overcome with all stars. So we have to see that our Vayu Bhagavan Hanuman, if he helps us to chant continuously Hare Rama, Hare Krishna continuously, then you will stay with Rama and Krishna. And Maya Shakti, Durga Devi also will help to go in a meditating mode, understand that spark. What is Krishna, you will understand. So that is what we have to perceive and we have to practice and go through that. So without Vayu Bhagavan, we cannot able to meditate. Without other star help, we cannot able to stay focused on Krishna. Therefore, we cannot ignore other devatas. We need their strength. Hanuman will give you all Shaktis. He is a Vayu Bhagavan. So when you surrender to him, he is the agent to take to Rama and Krishna. So definitely, he was explained in Rama Purana, but Hanuman was not explained in Krishna Purana. So I do not know what is the reason. So Hanuman is the total Vayu Shakti. Without his help, we cannot reach Krishna and Rama. I am 100% I realized that. So we need that particular strength and devotional strength. Therefore, to control our mind, which is ultimately controlling the senses, and it is a variable factor, mixed factor, all these things are there. So we call it as a Maya Shakti. That Maya Shakti, we have to go to Mahalakshmi or Durga Devi to give us that particular strength. So if all totality, if we get that, so Krishna will come to us. The overall, the understanding is that we have to practically impose ourselves into that. Therefore, all devatas are required to reach to Krishna. So we should not just ask to get a materialistic gain and forget about it. So we have to ask all devata, I want to reach Rama and Krishna, please help me. Then all the devata will help how to reach to Krishna. So some devata will be a guide, some devata will be your guru, whoever it is. But ultimate aim is how to reach Krishna. All these factor will help. So you are also one of the factor. So we do not know, Guruji, where from you came, how we sourced, what made us to come into this platform. All these things happen on one wish, and it is happening, continuously happening, and infinitively it is going through that process. So we have to accept that. So Krishna is doing everything for us. So he identified Guru like you, and we are in this class, and we are going to reach Krishna through different factors. Therefore, I am not ignoring any factors which are coming through our life. And the last point is, he is a maintenance God. Other Shakti, this thing, they are not maintenance. So beautiful about Krishna Rama is, they lived the life, set example. Therefore, it is easy for us to understand and possess those characteristics, so that we can reach them. So Krishna Rama, they are not telling us to go for sannyasa, sit at a Himalaya and do everything and forget about our day-to-day life. They are not saying that. Therefore, the essence is, we are all materialistic world, and we lived, we are got married, we have a children. Therefore, we cannot go to Himalaya for sannyasi and all. So within this life livelihood, we have to attain that the Krishna Bhakti. That is what, after Bhagavad Gita, we will attain those characteristics. If we possess those characteristics, we will go to Krishna. As simple as that. Thank you very much, Guruji. I think it is we are blessed that we come to this platform. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Mani Prabhu make us more and more. Mani Prabhu has giving us more energized to be more associated with the Gita class. He is experiencing. The comments is very nice, and rather we should be very much towards Lord Krishna and giving all the devotees, other devotees also make us enlightened by discussions. Really, it's grateful. Ramayati anenati, Ramanam, Kushi, glad, make us enlightened and more delighted to be happy. Krishna, Jaha Akarsayati, Akarsanam, and Anna iti, Krishna is Anna, Nanna ati Viktati, Tanta Tattajapun. So we are very happy that chanting Mahamantra, this is the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Mahamantra is very powerful in this Kali Yuga. This is the only very easy to remember and chant, no other difficulties. So it is very easy process. Not like Vedas or Mahabharata, Upanishads, it's very difficult to chant, but it's not difficult. So easily you can connect with Lord Krishna, and really we are very proud. Guruji, you are making us towards divinity, and we are getting more and more concerned with the spiritual way of life, how to lead this way of life. This is the platform we are getting, as Mani Prabhu has rightly mentioned, and Mani Prabhu and others has make us more spirited, and we are the devotees. If the other devotees are more giving their comments in such a way, in nice way, so the other devotees, those are dull, they become more and more energized by the spiritual knowledge. And Guruji, because of your sincere efforts, we are enjoying this class, and really we are connected with Lord Krishna towards Goloka, and really, and more time. Yesterday also I am in Puri, and I got some books about ISKCON, but I have brought some books, and really I am very glad. We should not miss any book of Srila Prabhupada, because I am away, so I will, what are the books I have got here? So many things. So you should not, it's a place, will be very happy, because I don't find in such a place all over the world. Puri is such a place. You will different places find. It is only spiritual, enlightened and the spiritual awakening is much more because so mathas, ashramas there, and where you find in such India. So if your mind is towards Goloka, Krishna, and this is the best, because I will be here for 3 days more. So golden opportunity for me to be. It is Lord Krishna's blessings. I will be more towards Lord Krishna because of Guruji, your mercy and your grace, your blessings. I am here. Thank Guruji. Pranam Guruji. Satata Naman, Naman, Naman.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Realme C21Y. I know you joined now. Are you able to unmute so that you can introduce? Hare Krishna. Realme C21Y. Krishna, let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan now.
Good morning, everyone. I am Priya, and I am joining today for the first time, but I got delayed. I'm sorry. I would like to watch the YouTube streaming later. But we got the number, the contact from Mr. Mohan, and we would like to be a part of this group and me and my parents. I'm Priya, and my parents would like to be a part of this group and learn the knowledge which is there in Bhagavad Gita, and try to learn it and know it and apply it in our lives.
Yes, you are very much welcome, Raji. So you are also in Delhi, you said?
Yes, I am from Delhi. My parents are also in Delhi. I live in Dwarka, and my parents are in the Jori Garden. But they have come to
nice.
Pleasantly, yes.
Very nice, Mataji. I have been to Dwarka like 2 months ago. So yeah, you please. Yeah. I think it's Mohan and Prabhu. You have your
yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. They are all from Palgad only. Yesterday they came to our shop. In fact, we introduced this thing. Her parents are also very fond of. In fact, her mother is a Sanskrit scholar. She knows everything. I was telling her she knows so much. So her dad is also interested to join the Bhagavad Gita class, and in fact they know they know it, but still they wanted to continue and learn more, Guruji. I'm very happy that they joined it.
So you already added them in our Delhi WhatsApp
yes,
group?
Guruji. I added in the Delhi group, so that is why they got the link today.
Okay.
Yes, Guruji.
So Mataji, you will get the YouTube link for the video today. After this, I will send it to the WhatsApp group so you can listen to that. And then from tomorrow onwards, maybe you can watch for, we'll start roughly around 8:30 AM. So at that time, I will send a message in the WhatsApp group with the Zoom link. You can, same link only. So you can join at that time, Mataji. So that way you'll be able to understand the complete Bhagavad Gita.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Hare Ram.
I'm looking for you to interacting with you more in the future. Yes, Mataji. It's a great opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna